one for anyone who needs this. 1. Okay. Next, we have cosine theta plus 1 equals 0. And we're just solving something like this. Just to reinforce what somebody was just commenting on and asking about is getting confused when you're supposed to try to use identities and when you're not. So if the directions, I have the directions on the screen in purple, right there. Lesson 14, we're solving. So remember, if the directions are solve, we're trying to figure out theta. Do you have to use identities? Sometimes it'll help, but you don't have to all the time. Your goal is to figure out what theta is. And what does theta stand for? An angle. But we're not doing degrees, we're doing radians. So things like pi over 6, pi over 3, pi over 2, things like that. Cosine theta equals plus 1 is 0. I started saying the next line. I'm going to solve for theta, just like solving for x. We're going to try to get theta alone, but you start by getting cosine of theta alone. It's kind of like a little package deal. It's like cosine is the jacket that theta's wearing. It's like wearing a coat. Theta's here, he's cold, can't be by himself. Cosine theta, it's a hug. So now we have cosine of theta is -1. Now I want to know, what angle theta should I have that when I find the cosine, which is the x value when we reviewed our beautiful unit circle, x value is cosine, x moves our graph left, right, or point left and right from the origin. Where on the circle does cosine or my x value equal -1? What angle or angles? So part A directions, just want the answer from 0 to 2 pi. So whatever we can more or less visibly see on the unit circle. So what angle will cosine equal -1? Well, if the x is -1, here's my origin. That means I'm going to go looking to the left, -1. And that's as far as we go since the unit circle is a radius of 1. So it's actually right here. What angle is that? Pi. So my answer for that would be pi, and I'd be more or less finished. However, if you did have those part B directions, you could say theta equals pi, and then every other angle that overlaps it. So you would put plus 2 pi, which is one full circle, n, comma, where n is an element, that's this like sideways U with a line, like almost like an E, of the set of integers, which is a z with an extra line in it, meaning it could be plus 2 pi times 1, plus 2 pi, or plus 2 pi times 2, so 4 pi, plus 2 pi times 0, plus 0, which is just pi, plus 2 pi times -1, which is minus 2 pi, and so on. So that would be your answer for part B, and that would find us all the answers. And that's really the end of an example like that one. So hope that that was helpful. If you totally get that, you're good to go, and you never need to look at this video again to study, to review. Put a thumbs up so you know you're done, you're easy, bye. If you're like, what is happening? Put a thumbs down so you know you might need to watch it again, or that I know you need more practice with this, okay?